Today, the Minister of State for Disability Affairs, Honorable Asamo Hellen, gave a glimpse into the strides being taken in Uganda to support persons with disabilities, and this was during an exclusive interview with Church of Uganda Family TV.
As a ministry, we do issues of policy implementation and policy development. Here we have already an act for persons with disabilities as one of the grounds that we use to work on issues of disability. Government of Uganda has provided a special grant for people with disabilities. That's about 16 billion every year that we give to people with disabilities. And this is a grant and specific to persons with disabilities who form groups of 5 to 15 people. And they are able, on most cases, getting 5 million shillings depending on the enterprise they get.
She says that government under the parish development model spared 10% of the funds for the people with disabilities, making it 10 million Ugandan shillings per parish. These funds are meant to jumpstart people with disabilities to join the money economy.
Under the PDM, the parish development model, which we have started implementing, government has been able to provide 10% of that money for people with disabilities, meaning that every parish has got 10 million times the 10,000 parishes. I think we can then calculate the amount of money that has gone down there. My encouragement is that let the chiefs who are handling this money and the local government ensure that this money of the 10 million reaches people with disabilities in terms of economic empowerment. And at the end of the day, if the people with disabilities use this money, they will be able to change their lives.
In a bid to empower persons with disabilities, the government through the ministry has put vocational training institutes, and this has seen many of them acquire skills.
We have what we call vocational training because we know many of our people don't get to school. So we have also got some vocational institutions like Lueza's vocational training for persons with disabilities. We have Chireka, we have Ochoko, we have Ruti. So they are spread around the country. Here we train them in skills. For example, hairdressing. We train them in skills of shoemaking, skills of carpentry. And this year, I'm going to graduate about 6 centers of where the students are going to come out. And we hope we shall be able to give them a startup to start something when they get out of those institutions so that they can have a living out of getting out of the institution.
It should be noted that there is stigmatization of people with disabilities in society, and Honorable Asamo attributes this to self-attitude. She calls upon the disabled people to take away the inferiority in them.
One of the biggest challenge we have as disabled people is attitude. Attitude from society, attitudes from ourselves. Because if you begin thinking that you are less human being than the others, automatically you cannot move. So we have sometimes what we call sensitization workshops where we tell people first believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself then you can't do anything. So this, and then now we are talking of barriers, breaking barriers in communities, that people look at disabled people and think that they cannot do anything. And I'm a very good example that in the cabinet, being the only minister with disability, I don't have any challenge with any person in that cabinet that looks at me like I think she cannot manage. I think I'm at the same level with everybody. So the issue of breaking stigma is very critical, and I want to call upon again the disabled people that please, the worst enemy is the inferiority complex. Break that and you'll succeed to go through.
The minister also called upon Ugandans to join the disabled in celebration of the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which will be held in Mbarara on 3rd of December.
This year, 2023, and every year under the UN, we celebrate the Day of the Disabled, 3rd of December. And this year in Uganda, we are going to celebrate it in Mbarara, in a place called Bisiwera. I might have not pronounced it well, but that is the word, grounds. And the theme, the role of innovation in disability inclusion. We believe that we are now moving to innovation. People are talking of artificial intelligence and all this, but we want to say all people who are doing innovations, how much are we including people with disabilities? It is my hope that I invite the public, even those who are not disabled, please join us in this celebration so that we can give the people with disabilities encouragement. We shall also be doing exhibitions of what we do in our area, especially innovations.
Persons with disabilities in Uganda are neglected in many aspects of society. They are underrepresented in terms of social, political, physical, and economic situations because access to their basic needs in these fields are limited. This, however, Asamo believes should end as people require fair treatment and they should be embraced by everyone in society. According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics census report, about 12.4% of the population is living with a disability. It was found out that disabilities are most prevalent among us women with 15%, than men at 10%, higher in rural areas 15% than in urban areas at 12%.